HBK, yeah, you know how we. And I can't quit, all I know is HBK, yeah, you know how we. And I can't quit, all I know is.
Wherever I go, my homies come to. I love my squad. We up in this thing, love with it. I love my squad. I love my squad. I love my squad. I love my squad. Make your lady back up in this, hop up in the 6, and you should ignore these rappers, man. They say anything. Call me Susie Piggy Bank, I got plenty change. She rep HBK to over everything. Married to the game with the wedding rag. Everybody try to duplicate, we just innovate. Young and making plenty cake, get my straight. I'm a heartbreak vet, being broke what I can't accept. I'ma hold it down to the death. No Reeboks, cause it's all about a check. Bet $1 million that your man ain't like this. Cause I stack my chips, I'm on my grind. Mind on money, money on my mind. So if you in the way, I'll run you over. It's the heartbreak army, I'm a soldier. Huh? Wherever I go, my homies come to.
It's the 2K Sports pregame show.
Hey there, and thank you for joining us on 2K Sports. I'm Ernie Johnson. This NBA season didn't take long to get interesting, but these two gentlemen have always captured our interest. Say hello to Shaquille O'Neal and Kenny the Jet Smith. Hello, Kenny.
Hey, how are you?
Hello, Shaq. And Brooklyn is where we'll be going just moments from now, as the Nets will be going up against the Los Angeles Lakers. And for Los Angeles, they haven't forgotten the fact that this team swept them last year in the regular season. This is a game they had circled going in. And with a few moments here, we've seen a lot of coaching turnover. When you played, Shaq, what did you like in a coach, and what set the good ones apart?
Well, my coach had to be a triple OC. He had to be over calm, over cool, over collective. Especially with all the media whirlwind in L.A., Phil Jackson is that guy. He kept things cool and collected in the locker room. He was a triple OC.
Triple OC, almost like a triple OG. But I'll tell you, great coaches have great relationships with their players. And those relationships go far beyond basketball. Most great coaches would talk to you 20% basketball, 80% life.
Triple OC, 80-20. Good stuff. Good stuff. Happy to be here with you two guys. It's very deep. Kevin Harlan, take it away.
Thanks, homie.
The city lights of Brooklyn and the cutting-edge Barclays Center. Quite a view. Welcome, everyone. Let's get ready for some NBA basketball on 2K Sports. This is Kevin Harlan alongside Greg Anthony and Clark Kellogg with Doris Burke reporting from the sideline. Looking at the Lakers, they want to turn it around after the loss to Denver. You know, guys, you hate to get embarrassed on your home court, but that's exactly what happened. It was a tough loss for them.
Yeah, and the second chance points, guys, mean a lot over the course of a game, and they just had so few opportunities, and I think that was their Achilles heel.
Yeah, I agree. Hard to win games when every offensive possession is one shot, then a jog back the other way to play defense.
Here are the starters for Los Angeles. Clarkson at point with Kobe. They're the backcourt. Randall out there with Roy Hibbert, and it's Young in at the small forward.
And guys, looking at Roy Hibbert, just a mountain of a man, listed these days at about 7'2", 290 pounds, with a wingspan of a pterodactyl. I mean, a true game changer inside when he's motivated and on his game.
Well, talking about Roy Hibbert, he doesn't just have size. He has a strong lower body, too. Very hard. And you know this, Clark. You worked for the organization. You saw it firsthand. Very hard to back that guy down in the post.
Yeah, and for years he's worked on ways to complement that size with improved training and footwork, even indulging in MMA one off season. I tell you what, he'd be one scary super heavyweight if he went the full distance in MMA.
Agreed. On occasions last year, the Lakers were all right on offense. Other times, they were just stagnant. There was just no motion, nothing going on.
That's a great point. And their ball movement could use some work. A lot of ISOs last season, and it killed a lot of the flow the team had in the half court.
And both free throws good for Roy Hibbert.
You know, for the Lakers, they were okay in the assist department, guys, but they were dead last in the league in secondary assists. That, to me, is indicative of an inefficient offense and also a new stat category.
Johnson, and it's blocked. Now, here is Young. He's coming off a 16-point game against Denver.
And I thought the contribution he made by just generating contact, getting to the line was outstanding, guys. I mean, he picked up a lot of points at the stripe. And for the Lakers and that secondary assist stat, that just means they aren't making the extra pass, or it means they are holding on to the ball too long. Either way, it hurts the offense.
3 misses to start the game, still trying to break the seal on that hoop.
Jack up on top, defended by Bryant. From past the arc, a nice shot by Bogdanovic. Bogdanovic has got himself going there, his first points of the game on the deep ball. And here is Los Angeles now. Hibbert with the screen. Clarkson passes to Hibbert. Young outside. It's a nice passing here by Los Angeles. Here's Randall. Los Angeles with another miss.
You're not going to see that very often. Plenty of space, but he just, let's face it, he whiffs on that.
Now here is Jack. He's covered by Clarkson, and Young slams it home.
You know, there are a lot of bigger power forwards than him in the NBA, but very few that rise up like he can.
The dish to Clarkson. Back to Young. A 3. Thaddeus Young grabs the miss.
You know, 9 times out of 10, he's going to knock that one down. He'll spray that one on you.
And it's going to be out of bounds. The Nets will retain possession.
Let's take a look at numbers for Bryant. He had a strong showing last season. He averaged 22 points per game last season, 5 assists, and 5 rebounds. And he brings that offensive firepower to the team. Scoring just comes natural.
And, you know, defenses are throwing everything at him, yet he's still able to put up points. He's really unstoppable.
Ahead, here's Clarkson. Finished off the break. Clarkson's got his first points of the game.
And, boy, did they need that one. Their first make in the 5 field goal attempts they've had.
Outside Jack. Kicks to Johnson. Good defensive work there by Young. Lakers have gone just 1 for 5 from the field to start the quarter. Here's Clarkson. He had an 18-point outing in their last game against Denver. Hibbert kicks to Bryant. Misses the 3. For Brooklyn, they've gone just 2 of 7 so far. A little bit of a slow start for them. This is to Young. And the shot counts. He's fouled, and it's a chance for a 3-point play.
Yeah, he earned that one. I mean, taking the hit and still able to get that one to go down.
Incredible, incredible body control right there. Don't know how he was able to get that one to go, but it sure was a thing of beauty to watch.
First trip to the free throw line for him tonight.
One shot, gentlemen.
And listen, the Nets had an up and down year on offense last season, but the one thing they always did was finish their drives. Very good at getting things to drop off the bounce. That was a strength last season.
Now here's Randall. His last outing, he had 18 points.
You might not think of him as a laser three-point shooter, but that shot was there for him, and he had to take it.
Let's now go to Doris Burke over across the way, who spoke with Lionel Hollins, and Doris, take it away.
When talking about who they'll be most concerned with on the other side, he laughed a little and asked, "You mean other than Kobe?" He said that it's an almost futile effort to try and slow Kobe because he can score in so many different ways, saying, really, all we can try and do is prevent him from getting into a rhythm and try to force him into tough shots. Guys?
Thank you, Doris. Here is Bryant, following the basket by Brook Lopez. And Kobe, here we go. Here's Hibbert, and easy 2 points on the layup.
Where's the box out? Some easy second chance opportunities there.
Those kinds of mistakes drive me crazy and will absolutely derail a team's chance to win.
Screen by Young. Outside Jack. Pass to Lopez. Shot clock at 6. Back to Jack. The Lakers with the rebound. This game against Brooklyn here, it's their first look at the Nets.
Yeah, really a rare treat for the fans. The only time they'll get to see this matchup all season.
Inter-conference action here. 2 games in all between these two teams. It'll be fun to watch.
And they take the lead. Randall's got 5 points so far.
Kobe Bryant with a beautiful pass that time.
Here's Bogdanovich, defended by Bryant. And Jack, here we go. Again, the miss by Jack.
The defense did a really good job of choking off the middle there once he got inside.
Clarkson with the ball. Now Jack defending. Kobe against Lopez. Clarkson dishes to Randall. And they're going to count the bucket and send him to the line. It could be a 3-point play.
I like the way he's not forcing anything, taking advantage of what the defense has given him. He's been a key contributor for them in this quarter.
And one feels bad for the way Julius Randle's career started. I was there that night, first game of the season, 7th pick out of Kentucky in the 2014 draft. Suited up for one game, broke his right leg 14 minutes in. And the guy that comforted him the most, I recall very vividly, Kobe Bryant stayed with him the entire time when he was really in shock on the floor.
He was, and unfortunately, for so many reasons. For one, he had really been progressive in the summer league, and the Lakers obviously had high hopes for him. And when he went down, that was the start of the rest of the ship kind of going down with him.
Here's Bogdanovich. He had an 18-point outing in the last game against Atlanta. Here's Johnson. That's in for the first basket of the game after 3 attempts.
Ladies and gentlemen, your Brooklyn Nets.
Russell, he's checked in for Jordan Clarkson. So it's the Lakers now. Russell kicks to Young. Screen by Russell. Williams, that's a 2-pointer. And the jam by Nick Young.
And doing some dirty work on the offensive glass.
And then fouls it up, Greg, with heavy-duty jam on his mind with a terrific putback.
Got a pigeon on that one. Easy money right there, fellas. Going old school on you young fellas. Look that up. Pigeon.
Johnson can't get it to go.
Rebounding is going to be the focal point for them in this one, fellas. I can feel it.
It always is, and it has been so far, and they've gotten a nice edge on the glass.
Now here's Randall. He has 7. pass to Russell. Lets it fly. Can't get it to go. So Brooklyn will take it the other way. They're coming into this game off that recent loss to Atlanta.
Yeah, major problems at the charity stripe in that game. They just could not convert their free throw.
And that makes it hard to win, especially on the road. With a course of about 20,000 yelling at you every time you put one off the rim, well, that's got to wear on you.
Now, here is Russell. After the miss from Joe Johnson. Puts it up from 12. So he gets the whistle. Contact on the way up and 2 shots coming up.
And guys, the Lakers last season were just a completely different team after Kobe's injury. Not so much in results, but just in how they played on the floor. They actually fared better without Kobe than most thought they would.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
No good on that one. And for the Lakers, without Kobe last season, it was really a stark difference in styles of play and quality. No single person, Clark, stepped in to carry their offense. It took a group effort.
Well, you know, it was almost April, Kevin, before somebody surpassed Kobe in field goal attempts on the team. It'll be interesting to see how they build the offense this year.
Good on the second free throw.
Well, you know, the Nets were able to sneak into the playoffs as the 8th seed last year. Had some good wins against the Western Conference, and that really was a big boost for them getting to the postseason.
Now here is Jack. He's coming off a 16-point game against the Hawks in Atlanta.
And also his assist total tells you about the job he did of keeping his head up and keeping his teammates involved.
Count the bucket. Nets were just under 500 against the Western Conference last season. In the East, that is a very respectable mark.
Yeah, I mean, how about they were actually better against the West than the East a season ago. Their win percentage against the Western teams was narrowly better than games against the East.
And here's pass following the 3 from Jarrett Jack. And so it's going to be a 3-second violation out there on the defense. For Los Angeles, they have shot 3 of 5 at the foul line.
And team stats last season, 74% shooting, so some numbers that they can definitely improve upon.
Yeah, as a group, really a dismal year for them from the line last season, guys. Well, clearly the Lakers were not a great team. I mean, they did have one of their better bench units last season. They led the league in points off the bench, but that was more an indictment of the quality of the starters than the firepower of the bench.
On defense, the Nets trailing by 2. Jack against Russell. 5 on the clock. Shot is off. Jack with the defensive effort. Last year, the Lakers did have some firepower off the bench. A lot of players would see their roles shift during the year, as you might expect for a team trying to find the right combination.
Yeah, they were also near the top in the league in bench minutes played. So whether you start or come off the bench last year in L.A., you'll see plenty of action.
L.A.'s gone just 1 of 4 from 3-point range here in the first. Over in the corner, Brown. Right side, Williams. Ellington grabs the miss.
How about him there, just bodying him up to make him alter the trajectory on that shot?
Definitely some very sound defense played on that trip.
Now here is Jack. To the wing right side. There's Hollis Jefferson. Good, and Jack gets the assist. Hollis Jefferson's got his first 2 points of the night. The Lakers shooting in this first quarter around 38%. They're looking a bit creaky out there. A drive by Russell. Here's Black. And there's the bucket. Staying with it on the offensive glass, getting it done. And the Lakers lead by 2. And stolen by Russell. Feeds to Williams. Back to Russell. Takes it into the teeth of the D and converts the layup. And now a 4-point Laker lead. Brooklyn's gone 2 of 4 from beyond the arc to start the game. Jack against Russell. Bargnani sets the screen for Jack. Pass to Hollis Jefferson. He feeds it to Jack. Clock at 6. Here's the step back. It's hauled in by Brown.
Not the best shot right there with a good defender draped all over you.
I agree with you. I mean, not the shot they were hoping for, but he can really cause problems with his defense.
Now, here is Russell. Will not go. This is off the front iron.
The shooting numbers just aren't there yet in the quarter.
There's a screen by Robinson. Jack passes to Ellington. And the shot is good.
Boy, I love the great assist that time by Jack.
And guys, looking at Jarrett Jack, one word comes to mind: professional. I mean, he's as solid as they come. Tough, capable, experienced. And he proved it all again last season. Looking now at some numbers for Jack. Some last season stats for him. Put up about 12 points a game, 4 assists, and 3 rebounds. And you like what he brings backing up the point guard.
No doubt. I mean, he knows how to run this offense. And that's always valuable coming off the bench.
Robert Sacre, he's checked in for Brandon Bass. We've got 1:18 left in the first quarter. Russell dishes to Sacre. Shot is good off the back rim and in.
And I love the fact that he didn't have to slow down or adjust there. The pass was just timed perfectly.
Ladies and gentlemen, your Brooklyn Nets.
And now, here's the 2K leaderboard with the teams that last season scored the most second-chance points in the NBA. The Lakers in 5th.
That's an effort stat for me. I mean, it shows you how hard this team works in the paint. They continue to pound the backboard.
Here's Jack. 1:05 left in the first quarter. Outside Robinson. And Jack kicks to Robinson. And he makes no mistake on the slam dunk.
Man, he slams it home and gets a little camera time on the backside of it.
He spent a while up there on the rim.
And I like the fact that the ref's going to give him a little bit of leeway there and a lot more than they used to.
Now, here is Russell. Can't nail the jumper.
He's been wayward and just off on about everything he's put up in this period.
offensive rebound. Bargnani, and they're unable to get the tying basket there. The Lakers in the lead. The shot and game clock separated by 4, and that one's good. Russell.
3 consecutive baskets have come right at the rim. Defense had better start buckling down and tightening up.
Guys, they are getting exposed in terms of their low post defense.
Jack against Russell. Jack passes to Bargnani. 4 seconds left, and a foul on the shot. He'll go to the stripe for 2. This is his first free throw of the game.
And converted more than 4 out of every 5 free throw attempts last year. So just solid at the line.
Guys, I thought he got into a groove last year at the charity stripe, and I thought he maintained it deep into the season as well.
Roof shot.
Free throw good, Bargnani. And Bargnani drops them both.
Boy, I tell you what, he does not look like your typical big man up there at the line. He has an excellent stroke and a percentage to match.
At the end of one, a closely contested game so far. Lakers on top, up 2. And we'll get things started in the second quarter when we return. And speaking with Roy Hibbert before the game, he helped illuminate their defensive philosophy. When you have that sort of focus like Hibbert, that kind of confidence on display on a nightly basis, Greg, you are a game changer, and he does change games every night.
You know, and we saw his skill set and execution develop very rapidly over the course of just a couple years. He worked extremely hard to become the force he is on the interior in this game.
Well, up to this point, a closely contested game as we start the second quarter. And from what we've seen so far from the Lakers, guys, what are your thoughts?
It's been about the effort. Love the hustle they've shown here in the first.
Yeah, it's due to their hustle, as you said, Greg, and it's showing up on the scoreboard, too.
And now, brought to you by Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go. Let's reset our lineups. Setting the floor for the Nets. Johnson is out there with Young. Then it's Brook Lopez. Then it's Jarrett Jack. And it's Bogdanovich in at the shooting guard position. Here's Young. Rejected by Young. Clarkson dishes to Young. Clarkson kicks to Kobe. The feed now to Clarkson. Picked by Randall. Clarkson passes to Young. Shot clock at 6. Here's Sacre. And so he draws the foul on the shot. A trip to the line to shoot 2.
Yeah, easy call.
Yeah, you can hear the smack all the way over here where we are.
And a look at how the hustle game has been going for the Lakers.
You know, they've done a great job of getting a hand up on shooters. Actually have gotten a lot of blocks as well, solidifying that defensive effort.
Yeah, also, though, they've done a good job of pounding the offensive glass for second chance points.
First one falls for him. Sacre hits them both. You have to love the newest stadium in the NBA here at Barclays. Very state-of-the-art, outstanding facility.
Yeah, the Nets have a nice home here. I bet they wish they were stronger here at home. Finished under 500 last season with a record of 19-22.
And, you know, guys, that 19-22 record here in Brooklyn certainly a stain for the Nets. I mean, they would be the only team to make the playoffs in the NBA last year with a losing record at home.
And with the Nets' struggles at home last season, they were simply outshot in this building. Also, they were the second worst in rebound differential at home, meaning they got killed on the glass here.
That's good from Lopez. 2 straight seasons of no playoffs for the Lakers after last year's miss. Not what they were hoping for.
It's going to be a growing process, Kevin. I mean, they had a young team and an injured superstar in Kobe both years. Hard to make the playoffs in that situation.
Los Angeles making a switch here. Hibbert's checked in. Brook Lopez hits them both.
And guys, for the Lakers, you'd have to go back almost 40 years to find a time when the Lakers missed the postseason in back-to-back years. Fortunately for them, they won 2 titles in the next 6 years after that. Well, the effort was there, but he just couldn't quite fight his way through traffic.
And Bogdanovich kicks to Lopez. Good on the three-point shot. Lopez has got 5 points now this quarter.
I tell you what, it's almost like stealing to watch how he plays the game from this seat. And it's doubtful that the Lakers will win multiple titles in the coming years unless something drastic happens. Still, this is a franchise committed to success, and they'll do whatever it takes to get back into the postseason.
Shaq with it, picked up by Bryant. Kobe against Jack. Shoots from 12. Good! And now it's a 3-point Brooklyn lead. And here is Los Angeles now. They could use a big shot here to get this offense going.
Sure could, Kev. I mean, too many empty trips. They need some points.
Now, here's Clarkson. Not a lot of room. Can't hit the free throw line jumper. Nets leading by 3. And Jack, here we go. Foul call that time on the way up. That'll give them 2 chances at the free throw line here.
Yeah, way to play in attack mode and get to the line.
And, you know, the defense gets their money's worth on that foul. Stopping the layup and not giving up the and one.
And, guys, what do you think about the offensive approach we've seen so far for the Nets?
Boy, the three-point shot has really been dropping for them early on.
Also, guys, the passing has been terrific in the first half. They'll be happy with all those assists.
That's good from Jack.
And they have yet to miss a shot from the line here this quarter.
Yeah, you have to make teams pay for fouling you. That's why they call them free. And they've done exactly that, made them pay.
That one falls, so he hits both of them.
And what an advantage. You really feel like you can always trust him when he's at the line.
Picked by Randall. Kobe goes in. Clark, another milestone for Kobe Bryant last season. He reached 30,000 points and 6,000 assists, and no one else has ever done that.
Well, it's rare that you see scores of that volume reach an assist total that high, but I think it speaks to Kobe's passing ability, which is undervalued and overshadowed at times.
All right, now, take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
And he knocks down the first one.
Hitting your free throws is a good way to get back into it. It stops the clock and extends the game. I mean, you want to take advantage of that situation. And they're shooting much better from the line here in the second quarter. So far, they haven't missed one.
And Kobe drops them both.
It's a good job from the foul line here. And they'll need to continue to convert their chances in order to get back in it.
There's the pass to Johnson. Screened by Young. From 10 feet out, rejected by Young. That's good.
It's as if the defense just let him go.
He'll thank them for that because he got a chance to perform a little razzle-dazzle on that one.
Screen by Young. Jack dishes to Young. Lopez, a screen on Young. Here's Johnson. He kicks to Lopez. From 15 feet away, it's hauled in by Los Angeles.
And he's trying to shoot his way out of it. You know, they have the lead, but honestly, I think it might help if he'd be a little bit more selective tonight.
And it's good.
That shot becomes effortless for him when the D is so relaxed. They've got to get more intense.
And Jack kicks to Bogdanovich. Lopez, a screen on Kobe. And out of bounds as the Lakers gain possession.
A chance here now to see how the Nets ranked in the NBA last season. 10th in fewest turnovers per game. 16th in shooting percentage. And for lowest opponent scoring per game, they've got some work to do there.
And in terms of turnovers, I think the good ball handling and smart passes were really a key. Not a gaudy ranking, but no question, being in that top 10 helped them offensively.
Brandon Bass is checked in for the Lakers. Now, here's Clarkson, offended by Jack. Hibbert with the screen and the foul on Jarrett Jack. That'll be his second foul of the game.
And that's foul number 2. And maybe you don't sit him at this point, but you really have to be careful to not pick up another before half.
So it's the Lakers with it. Clarkson kicks to Young. Down low. Down to 5 on the shot clock. From downtown. The shot by Clarkson, no good. Brooklyn's gone 1 of 2 on 3 pointers here in the second quarter so far. Lopez a screen. Here's Johnson. They need this. The kick out to Jack for 3. And again, no good by Brooklyn. And the call will be against Thaddeus Young. That'll be his second foul of the game. For Los Angeles, they've gone just 2 of 8 shooting here in the second quarter. Tipped away.
Not a problem. First turnover of the game, but overall, I like how they're taking care of the basketball.
And the foul on Jarrett Jack. And that'll be his 3rd foul so far.
Way to stand his ground. Set his feet and took the full force of that charge right in the middle of his chest. That took some courage.
Wayne Ellington's checked in for Jarrett Jack. The Lakers in the lead. Clarkson with the ball. He has 5. Bass with the screen. Here's Kobe. Good D by Lopez.
Good little 2-man action there, but they just can't get the shot to fall.
Yeah, but that was a beauty. Good-looking shot, well-executed play. I wouldn't be surprised to see them go back to it.
And the shot is good from Johnson.
And a lot of teams are looking for coaches that embrace analytics and look at data-driven approaches. Coach Scott is not one of those guys. He's an old-school coach who goes with his own perception.
Ball's knocked loose. Lopez with the block. Johnson, the pass to Lopez. This one for 3. Bogdanovich, know what? The Lakers shooting just 35%. They've got to get better looks. And former coach of the year, Byron Scott, now with the Lakers. And as you said, Greg, he's not an analytics guy. And Clark, I think he's a guy that the eye test for him is huge.
Yeah, he feels a lot. Terrific communicator and storyteller. Great experience as a player and as a champion. And I think that all is evident in his coaching style.
And the dunk by Lopez.
And that's how it's done. I mean, find that hole in the D and then go hard to the rack.
Maybe that hole was a little bigger than it should have been.
Well, it was. I mean, a tight game like this one, you think they'd have a little more energy at the defensive end than that.
Kobe, that's good.
And I like the fact that he really was unfazed by that scoreless first quarter, and now you can see him getting into a rhythm.
Last season, Kobe with some thoughts on the development of U.S. players last season. Felt that the AAU system, Clark, was problematic.
And I would not disagree specifically in this regard. Too much focus on playing games and winning versus skill development.
Checking out the numbers for Young, how he performed last season. Last season, put up about 14 points a game, 5 rebounds, and 2 assists. And for a reserve big man, not a big drop-off when he checks in the game.
Yeah, you know, you want your team to at least hold court when the reserves come in. Don't lose ground. He definitely keeps them solid up front.
Catching up on the changes for Los Angeles, Lou Williams is checked in for Bryant, and it's Russell in for Clarkson.
And with Kobe, who's just so skilled, that critique holds water. Kobe felt that Europeans came into the league with more of a skill set because they learned how to play the game a little bit more collectively than the American players.
On the clock, here's Johnson. And again, no good by Brooklyn. Russell against Johnson. Hibbert dishes to Young. Russell with a wide-open look. Hits it from three-point range. And now a 5-point Laker lead.
You know, for Kobe's statement, it's hard to measure something like skill with metrics. I mean, you look at shooting and free throw percentages, and there isn't too much of a difference between U.S. and European players.
Here's Russell. And off the front iron, and in it goes. Russell's got 5 points now in the quarter.
Well, after struggling in the first quarter, he's come alive here in the second.
Young sets a screen for Johnson. Shot to stop the run. It's rebounded by Bass.
Well, at least he had the presence of mind to change his shot when the defense got on him. You've got to improvise sometimes.
Russell kicks to Williams. Rebound, Brooklyn. Here's Bogdanovich. He dishes it to Johnson. Nice ball movement by Brooklyn. Ellington the pass to Johnson. That's good. Johnson's got 6.
Boy, they keep hammering away at him inside, forcing that ball into the paint. Smash mouth basketball.
And Clark, it's a strategy that has served them well during the course of this first half.
Bass's shot, good. Bass has got the lead up to 7 outs for Los Angeles.
Yeah, quick trigger. And from that range, if he senses the defenders have backed off, forget about it.
The drive by Lopez. And the basket for the 4th time from the field. He's a healthy 4 for 6.
And boy, has he come alive. Since the start of the second quarter, he has been on fire.
And stolen by Ellington. Here's Johnson. Ejected by Young.
And the shots just continue to say no in terms of falling.
Takes the 3. And again, it's the Lakers from deep.
That is not enough coverage. Got to do better than that defensively. Basically, no coverage. I mean, defense did not look very good there.
Lou Williams won the 6th Man Award last year, Clark, in the NBA. He's not a playmaker, although he kind of plays that position a little bit. This guy scores the ball very well coming off the bench.
He really does. I mean, he looks like a guard because of his size, but he's truly an explosive scorer. And that's the strength of his game, and that's who he is and what he does. here at how the Lakers ranked in the NBA last season. 5th in fewest turnovers per game, 5th in second chance points. And they were in the top half of the league in team rebounding as well. I think that speaks to the fact that this team aggressively goes after the basketball at every position.
Yeah, and the stat I look to, though, is the low turnovers. They did such a great job of limiting their mistakes, really maximizing their opportunities offensively.
Looking at who's out there now for the Nets. Bargnani is checked in for Lopez. Robinson comes in for Thaddeus Young. And Hollis Jefferson subbed in for Bogdanovich. Stolen away. And here comes Brown, leading the fast break. Outside Williams. Fires from the line. So he gets the whistle. Contact on the way up and 2 shots coming up.
They're just over 80% from the line now. Much better than what they shot in the first.
You know, and when you look at Lou Williams, he's always had a shooting guard skill set in kind of a point guard's body. Now, he's not just a long-range bomber. He will attack the basket and earn his share of trips to the foul line.
Take a break.
And that's where he's really deadly. 86% from the stripe last season.
And that one falls for Williams.
And, you know, back to Williams, sometimes it's better to own one thing, be a master at that, and try to fit a round peg into a square hole. I mean, he's not a really good passer. Never has been. That's not who he is. But he can heat up quickly as a scorer. And that's the side where you put jelly and butter on his toast.
Well, taking a look at Lou Williams last year, kind of a typical year for him, a lot of scoring on bad efficiency.
Yeah, and for Lou, he did make it over the 40% field goal mark, but just barely.
Just barely, you're right. Count it, and the Laker lead has been cut down to 8 on the bucket from Bargnani.
And they're beginning to just flat out fall apart defensively right now, especially on the interior.
Yeah, and that's 4 straight field goals now, Greg, they've allowed from point-blank range. Can't happen. You know, with Williams, it's more about his ability to create his own shot than his efficiency. That's why he's best suited as a 6th man, in my opinion.
The dish to Russell. It's rebounded by Bargnani. Bargnani's got his 3rd rebound tonight.
And Williams certainly does personify that 6th man role of instant offense, but it'll be hard to see him in the starting lineup with the way his shooting numbers are.
To the paint, stolen by Bargnani. Ellington with it. He's against Williams. Ellington dishes to Johnson. That's good. Now just a 3-point Laker lead.
And now he's taken a solid opening in the quarter and built on it here in the second.
The drive by Russell. And again, unable to change momentum here.
Well, you know, they're in the lead, but he's still been frustrated from an offensive standpoint.
Here's Johnson. Shot from 12. Black grabs the board. Lakers leading by 3. Right side, Russell. Up and in on the layup. Russell's got 7 points here in this quarter. 59 seconds left in the first half of basketball. Johnson against Russell. Johnson attacking. And so he earns a trip to the line. Officials saw the contact and he'll shoot 2.
And look, Joe Johnson last season, not his best statistically, but boy, did he show some heart. I mean, he was one of the catalysts for Brooklyn making the playoffs, especially when Brook Lopez returned healthy and the two could play off of one another.
All right, now, gentlemen, 2 shots. 2 shots.
That's good from Johnson. Talking about Joe Johnson, I'm not going to lie. Last year wasn't one of his best statistically, Clark. His shooting accuracy was on the low end. His Turnover numbers were high. It wasn't very pretty.
But for Joe, Kevin, I don't think it was about the numbers last year. It was about wanting to compete and to win. And he's developed a champion's will over the years. And I would like to see him finally achieve his goal of maybe winning the championship. I think he deserves it. He's been consistent. He's been solid. And now you see some maturation with him as well.
Williams kicks to Randall. Here's Russell. And again, it's the Lakers from deep.
And he's starting to show that killer instinct this quarter, looking to extend the lead.
There's Hollis Jefferson, and he overshot that one, missing.
They really depend on him to convert those chances. A lot of times, even with solid D draped on him, they expect him to make it.
7-second difference, shot and game clock, and that one's good. Russell.
He is just tearing it up this quarter. That lead's not going anywhere while he's this high.
Outside Jack. Kicks it to Bargnani. You know what?
And after defending on the shot, he doesn't give up on the play. Follow that straight to the glass for the rebound.
And so that's the end of the first half. Lakers lead by 8. And now we'll send it down to Doris Burke, who's standing by courtside.
Hey, Kevin, I've got Joe, and you started out with a great first half and seemed to have that extra boost in your game tonight. Did you feel you needed to take on a bigger role?
I'm just trying to be more assertive, man, on both ends of the court. You know, I think everybody has to step up, so I'm just trying to do my part.
An assertive Joe is an effective Joe. Thank you. Kevin?
Okay, Doris, much appreciated. And now for halftime. So we'll be back in just a bit to get the third quarter underway.
The 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hello again, everybody. Ernie Johnson here alongside Kenny, the Jet Smith, and Shaquille O'Neal. We'll be looking back at the game's first half. A competitive matchup for the Lakers in the first quarter. Their largest deficit of the period was just 4 points. They were right there within shouting distance the entire time. They had some very nice stretches of play in the second quarter at both ends of the floor and got out to a well-deserved 8-point lead by halftime. And taking a look at the Lakers, Shaq, what'd you think?
The bulk of their offense, Ernie, Kenny, has come in the paint. See, it's just as good. It's hard-nosed basketball when you play in the post. Trust me, I know. You wouldn't know nothing about that, Kenny, little man.
And Kenny, what are your thoughts on Brooklyn?
To fall behind like this at home after only one half is upsetting. We're not talking about an insurmountable deficit, but we're not talking about a small one either. They're going to have to play a good second half of basketball for a chance to win this.
And that's it for halftime, as the second half is just about to get underway. See you after the game.
All right now, and the third quarter about ready to get underway. It's been a clinic out there with D'Angelo Russell.
Just in attack mode, he was able to get in the lane at will in that first half.
Yeah, it really was aggressive attacking basketball at its finest. I mean, really a lot of fun to watch.
Los Angeles leading by 8. Taking a look at the Lakers. Clarkson at point with Kobe. They're the backcourt. Roy Hibbert is out there with Julius Randle. And it's Young in at the 3 spot. Screen by Young. Kobe kicks to Young from the arc. That's in, coming off an assist from Bryant. Kobe's got 4 assists now tonight.
Timely passing leads to assists, and that's been the recipe for success.
Everybody on the same page, completely in sync. Tremendous communication and awareness.
Lopez with the bucket.
He has such a nice touch for a big man.
Yeah, and they've got to figure out a way to get a bigger body on him, because if they don't match up his size, then he's going to continue to work him over the rest of the game.
And there's the whistle. Fouled hard on the shot. He'll go to the line.
No question, he got bumped on that shot.
Yeah, the officials didn't need to talk that one over. It was obvious.
The Lakers have been getting it done at the line, 10 for 12.
Shooting 2. Shooting 2.
And he makes the first. Nets were pretty far back from relevance at times last season, as we saw. It took a late season hot streak for them, Greg, to get into the playoff picture.
Yeah, and that was a neck-and-neck race with the Pacers right till the very end. Not exactly what they had in mind at the start of the season, but they did pull through.
So after making the first, he goes 1 for 2.
And, you know, for the Nets, they ended up being bounced out of the first round, fell to the #1 seed Hawks. They put up a good fight against Atlanta and made the series interesting, but still came up short.
That was a tremendous move to find room inside. Too bad it didn't go down.
And taken away by Johnson. And with a little over a minute gone, the second half is underway. And it's Jack again missing.
And for the Nets in the postseason, they did have a good showing despite that early exit. Many people expected the Hawks to sweep, but they took them to 6 games and capped what was an interesting year for Brooklyn overall.
They need a good offensive possession.
Yeah, they've had a number of empty ones, a long time without a basket.
They got to find something, you're right. Count the bucket. Now Clarkson, 6 points for him. It's stolen by Jack. And now Jack pushing it up. No one back to stop him. And the basket's good. Jack's got 9 points.
You know what? He wasn't going to wait around for any help on that break.
Solo soiree performance all the way. How about that for a little bit of a limerick?
I'm going to let it slide.
Randall, Brooklyn with the rebound. Young's got rebound number 9 now. What an effort here tonight. Screen by Young. Dishes it to Bogdanovich. Shot off the screen. Shot is off. So the Lakers will take it the other way. A little over 2.5 minutes off the clock in this final half of play.
It has not been an ideal start to the second half. They've missed 3 of their first 4.
Johnson, the pass to Jack. Randall brings the double team. Lopez against Hibbert, and so the ball goes out of bounds. Lopez touched it last.
And looking now at some of the numbers for Brook Lopez. He had a strong showing last season. 11th in blocks and a great touch around the rim. Top 15 in field goal percentage.
And, you know, anytime you take it inside against him, you know it may be coming back the other way.
Ladies and gentlemen, your Brooklyn Nets.
Let's go quickly over to Doris Burke for an update.
Gentlemen, Byron Scott had some advice for his team in that last timeout. Young was the focus of the discussion, and he wants their offense to run through him. Coach is looking for big things from him throughout the rest of this game on the offensive end.